Hi Internet, welcome to the Troyan YouTube channel. It is Thin Lizzy Thursday, and this week is the random song. I have no idea what song we're going to listen to. We have, how many songs do we have? 136 songs left on the list. So the computer is going to decide what song we're listening to, and while the computer figures out the song, as is the new tradition, we listen to some filler music while I pull that up, so you're not just sitting there doing nothing. And we got into a comment about like film scores last week, and 2 weeks ago. And there is a film score from a movie I've never seen that I love the score for this quite a bit. Never seen the movie, but it's called A Small Circle of Friends, and the film score was done by one Mr. Jim Steinman. And what's really cool about the film score for this is that you can hear pieces of songs that he would later turn into like full-fledged songs within the film score. So there's a little bit of Total Eclipse of the Heart, Making Love Out of Nothing at All, Milady / For Sarah from his like German vampire musical, which is really awesome. There's also, I think, a little bit of the song called City of Black and White, which, as far as I know, was only in his like musical about Greta Garbo, and I don't even know what language that is in. I think that might have been German. I don't remember. But anyway, so I actually listened to this film score. I haven't listened to it as much lately, but I was on like a kick where I was listening to it like once a day for a couple months. So that's what we're going to listen to while we figure out what Thin Lizzy song we're listening to. So enjoy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a Grand Slam song, She Cries, the original demo with Phil Lynott, Mark Stanway, and Lawrence Archer. I don't know if I know this one, so we're going to get an authentic reaction. Don't know how high quality the demo is going to be. We are, just diving into this blind, boys and girls. So let's check out She Cries, Grand Slam, see if I recognize it.
With
off to a really strong start. Unfortunately, some of the lyrics I'm having a bit trouble hearing, but the first line sounded really good. The emotion is great, and I love the musical vibe that Grand Slam had because it has like a different melodic flavor than Thin Lizzy. Like it's definitely leaning into the more like 80s AOR kind of sound. So like you know, uh, I'm trying to like compare it to other acts, but I guess like kind of like Robert Tepper, who I interviewed on the channel. Um, like the kind of stuff you would hear in like like that's not really like hair metal necessarily, but you would hear on like a Stallone 80s soundtrack. So something you'd hear in Cobra or Rocky 4. So Robert Tepper, Survivor, that Stan Bush, um, that one Don Johnson song, Heartbeat, um, Boys of Summer, like that kind of like melodic 80s rock kind of thing, Journey, REO Speedwagon, like that kind of vibe. Well, maybe not REO Speedwagon, but, I really love hearing Phil's writing in that context, and I just think the chord progressions and choices that they did in with these songs is really really great. Like it does a really great job of capturing like that bittersweet emotionality, which is something that Japanese music does really well too, and so it's getting that bittersweet flavor from the music just works really well. Where it's like it's very different than like the sort of the Lizzy dynamic, but it's good. I really love what these musicians were able to bring out of each other and come out with together. I think it's really really excellent, and a shame there's not a better recording of this song. Like a black cat on the doorway now. Just here, but before anyone complains about like the drums, like it's a demo. They use a drum machine for demos. I'm not gonna get hung up on that. Like obviously, a drum machine is not as good as Brian Downey, but I think that once again, it's a demo. You roll with it. All right, that is Grand Slam She Cries. So I was just double checking the lineup. I would say that yeah, it just the songwriting that Lawrence Archer and Mark Stanway could like get out of Phil Lyon, like the way that those three worked with each other and the music they made was honestly something really magical. Um, yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of this piece. I think it's really excellent. You know, a lot of people, I there's the lineup of the lineups of Lizzy that happened post Phil. Like I don't know like most of the band members who have been in the band after they reformed without Phil, but I consider Lawrence Archer to be more of a Thin Lizzy guitar player than whatever dudes were in the band like post Phil. Like he seems like to me more he feels more canonical in my head canon of like what Thin Lizzy is than the other guys. And that's not to like, rag on them or like their musical ability necessarily, but these guys had the advantage of writing with Phil and creating some magic with Phil. And I would say this track is magic. Like it was hard to make out the lyrics, but whenever I could make out a lyric, it was always really cool, really interesting. I'll have to listen to this one a few more times. But I was very impressed with it. I think that this is a great song that, would have been really excellent to hear like a cleaned up version of. I'm a big fan of this. Yeah, I like it. So now comes the part where we rank it. Let's see. This is tough. So you know what? I'm going to put it. Uh, I'm gonna put it here for now because I think that I still think of you as actually a really like strong song. Actually, you know what? This might be a little bit stronger. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna put it just there. I think it's a hair stronger musical. I think I still think of you as a little bit more complete. But I think this is in a way that like Derby Blues is pretty great because it's early cowboy song. I think this is like not quite on the same level, but like close and respectable. I think this is quite a cool tune. So, yep, definitely curious as to your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you think about the Grand Slam lineup? Do you consider that to be more Thin Lizzy, or do you consider the John Sykes reunion stuff to be more Thin Lizzy? Like, what is the canonical Lizzy to you? After Lizzy. Do you go with this Grand Slam lineup? Do you go with I know no one here goes with Black Star Riders, but definitely curious to see where the conversation goes. And stick around. The audience vote is this week, and the poll should be out, if not by the time you see this video, like, an hour or two later. All right, see you in the comments. Bye, everyone.